They say Earth is our home. But I've seen what's outside, and I know now, it's our cage. I was 10 the first time I felt the sky lie to me. My father had taken me out into the desert, far from the cities, far from the satellites and their constant humming. He said the stars would speak, if I listened close enough. But all I remember is silence. A silence so heavy it made my bones ache. Why are they just standing there? I asked, pointing to the sky, where Orion seemed frozen mid-stride. My father only smiled, but not kindly. They're not standing. We are. We're the ones who never move. I didn't understand then. Not until 30 years later, when the stars finally moved, not with grace, but with violence. Sounds noble, doesn't it? You imagine white suits and telescopes. Noble scientists watching quasars dance and black holes sing. But no, we were the janitors of the multiverse. Our job wasn't to understand the cosmos. Our job was to keep the door shut. I was stationed at Facility 7C, hidden beneath the Arctic shelf, buried deeper than nuclear bunkers, surrounded by dark matter reactors and silence thicker than death. We weren't observing the sky. We were observing it, the thing outside the sky. A breach was detected in Quadrant XJ45, Sector 6, above Siberia. At first it looked like aurora activity. Then it became more structured, pulsing in Fibonacci rhythms. Spirals. Mandalas. Then we received a code I never knew existed. Axiom Red. Which meant one thing. Earth's walls were cracking. I know what you're thinking. Prison implies inmates. And we, poor humans, must be the ones locked in. But that's not it. We're not the inmates. We're the guards. Earth is a lock. A cosmic vault. The last remaining key buried inside a species just self-aware enough not to suspect the truth. Every ancient tale, every creation myth, Eden, Tartarus, Ragnarok, Azathoth dreaming, they weren't metaphors. They were warnings. Our world was engineered, not evolved. Our biology is shackled by design, memory loops, mortality, emotion traps. Why? To distract us. To keep us busy while they slept beneath the quantum floorboards. But something, someone, is waking them up. The first anomaly didn't kill anyone. It just rewrote reality in a 3-meter radius. A pine tree turned into glass. Snow started falling upward. My radio spoke with my dead mother's voice. That's where I met her. She stepped out from the breach like a dancer through smoke. Her eyes held galaxies, spinning sideways. She wasn't human, but she wore our shape. I'm sorry, she whispered. I didn't mean to come here. I thought this dimension was sealed. I raised my weapon, but her voice stopped me cold. This isn't your fault, she said. You were designed to forget. Elira was from another multiverse, not a planet, not a galaxy. A different rulebook altogether. Time didn't pass there. Emotion was currency. Matter obeyed choice, not gravity. She told me our universe was an accident, a failed containment field for ancient beings that fed on potential. She called them the Hollow Ones. They had no form, no thoughts, only hunger. They roamed the outer fringes of creation, eating timelines, corrupting causality, consuming what could be. Elira's kind built prisons, entire universes designed to trap and decay them. Earth was the last one still working. Since meeting her, my dreams have changed. I see fire raining on cities I've never been to. Mountains that float. Stars blinking out like tired eyes. I wake up and taste metal. I hear whispers in mirrors. I see myself, but older, and broken. In one dream, I stood before a gate made of bone and light. And behind it, something moved. It looked like me. But it wasn't me. It spoke one word. Run. When the rupture widened, the world thought it was an earthquake. 8.3 magnitude. Tsunami warnings. Satellite interference. But I saw the truth on the monitors. Reality was fraying. Time began to repeat in micro loops. People walked forward but left footprints going backwards. Colors bled from the sky like watercolor. Then the signal came through. A broadcast from deep space. Carrier wave embedded with DNA sequencing. It spoke in thoughts, not sound. Containment has failed. Prepare for recursive collapse. Everything we believed was a cover story. Aliens. Distractions. Gods. Memories. Evolution. A slow-release sedative. We weren't meant to explore the stars. We were meant to keep our heads down. Earth is the deepest pit in the multiverse. And we're standing on the lid. The stars. Not beacons of hope. Warning lights. I did it. I opened the gate. Not because I wanted to. Because Elira was dying. And her death meant the boundary would collapse anyway. So I made a choice. Better to open the door on our own terms than wait for the door to be ripped off its hinges. I saw a void that wasn't empty. I saw laughter that could kill. I saw children made of glass and fire, chasing comets that screamed. I saw Earth, but not ours. In one version, we never learned war. In another, we worshipped a red sun that blinked like a camera. In another, we were already extinct. And in the last, we were gods. But even gods can't escape the prison if they don't realize they're in one. The sky isn't quiet anymore. It hums. It sings in languages we once knew, long before speech. Elira is gone. Or maybe she never was. I am alone. But I remember now. Earth was never a home. It was a test. A lock. A riddle whispered to the multiverse. How do you hide infinite darkness? You bury it in light, and call it life. If you're hearing this, then you're one of the guards. And the walls are beginning to crumble. Tell the others. Earth was the key. And the key has turned.